It's time once again for a couple of cold ones with
Corey
and Carlisle.
And Carlisle. How you doing, man?
Oh, not too bad.
Glad to have you back.
Yeah, what happened? Why wasn't I here last week? I turn on, I'm messing around online with a couple of the guys, and you're posting some video. We're joking around. Next thing I know, there's a couple of cold ones with Corey and Carlisle being posted. I didn't get a phone call.
And it has Edie in it.
It's got Edie in it. I'm like, what the but it doesn't say a couple of cold ones with Corey and Edie. It says a couple of cold ones with Corey and Carlisle. And I'm like, I got to listen and find out what. And you're talking about calling her. You never call me, dude. What happened?
Well, first of all, people know that sometimes it'll rotate if you can't be here. You were gone for 2 weeks, but I knew you could be here probably last week. But I just got back from out of town. Things were kind of rushed. And I don't think you were in that good of a mood last week either.
Dude, I will always come to work, man.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm glad to see you have
I'm
this air
you,
professionalism.
Dude, I'm a pro, dude. I've got work ethic. I've had to write for weeks and weeks on end about things I didn't care about. Back when when we were doing blogs for this, and I had to blog about. You think I really care what Paris Hilton is up to? You think I really care about Lindsay Lohan?
That's why I was wondering why were you writing about Paris
Because
Hilton?
that was all that was in the news, dude, and we had to do it. So I did it.
Okay. No, I
will do my job.
I know you have this air professionalism, as you should know by now. I don't.
Well, I don't sound like I'm a professional. That's why I work. It's my idiom.
Well, I don't I don't know what that word means, but but I'm glad to see that you're willing to sit down and do what you feel like you need to do. Because when I came back, I was out of town, as you know, and when I came back, so many things were just left undone on my part. And I was just rushing through stuff, and just between you and me, Edie was bugging the hell out of me to do one of these, so just with her and I. So this will be
now
a good
that it's
week.
out of the way, it's done. But dude, it was my idea. It's my thing. I do it with you.
No, I tell everybody, it had been my intention ever since we started to do a weekly show. And I was planning on doing it with all of you, but you were the one that jumped on it, and you thought of the name.
Yeah, well, because nobody can get together at the same time over the weekend. We've all got different stuff going on. Everybody's busy. And you and I were like, wait, we both work Sunday nights, but we can get together, have a couple of beers, get in the zone, work, talk, do this, and then bam, go on and do the rest of our work night. Because the guys are asleep at this point. I mean, when we record this, we're really recording this in the middle of the night.
Yeah, no,
we are not kidding around. This is not just some joke that they recorded in the middle of really it's Saturday afternoon and they're sitting in a studio. No, we're recording this in the middle of the night.
No, it is so late at night that I just found out that I wasn't getting a warning from one of my neighbors. It was from apparently two.
Ooh, way to go.
Is what I've been told. So I'm thinking that it was the neighbor next door and the neighbor on the other side. And so I already went over and threatened them. Because I called about.
Did you pull crazy black man on? What the fuck you do? Call
exactly.
me. You call down to the office?
Yeah, no, because
I got family.
Exactly.
No. I got a crazy cousin that I'll call over here. Don't make me call Crazy Carl.
No, I because I called the office because I said, you have received a warning about noise at all times of the night. And I said, well, I better take care of this. So I called the property owners, and I'm like, what kind of complaints have you received? I think it's one neighbor, and I'm sorry about that. And you tell them, it's like, well, it's anonymous that we can't tell you anybody. And it's been more than one.
Oh yeah, it's anonymous. She's banging on the fucking wall, dude. It's not very anonymous.
That's what I told the guy on the phone. I was like, man, she's hitting on my wall. I know exactly who it is. And there's only one other person it could be besides her. And the other person smiles at me all the time when I'm walking up to my car. She's always, hey, Corey, how you doing? And one day she did that. She's like, hey, Corey, how you doing? I just walked over to him like, bitch, I know it's you. And walked off. You have a good day.
And that's why I don't live next door to Corey.
And I went next door to the other one.
Bitch, I know it's you.
Gave her a box with a cat's head inside of it. No, I didn't do that. As a matter of fact, I haven't said anything to anybody because I've kind of fixed the problem. So everything's good. And when I say fixed, I do mean fixed.
All right.
So with that said,
let's move to the top 5 and get the hell out of this uncomfortable situation. Dear God, this parachute's a knapsack.
I beat somebody with a bag of oranges. That's what I did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that. Here, let's go on and get to the top 5 like we do every week. And starting with number 5, we have.
Now this is an interesting week. It's a week that's going to be, it's got some really crazy stuff going on.
Okay, well, I don't know what that crazy stuff could be, but I'll go ahead and read this off.
Let's leave.
I think it's crazy enough that Drill Bit Taylor is still in the top 5. It's number 5.
Really? You think that the Owen Wilson comedy produced by Judd Apatow is still in the top 5, even though it's at number 5 is a stretch?
And it hasn't made all that much. Over 2 weeks, it's made $20 million, but I don't know, man. I mean, even from the previews look like a really watered down version of Superbad.
It's made a total of $20 million?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Over 2 weeks.
Over 2 weeks. You remember that Meet the Spartans made $18 million its first weekend?
I know. So what's the point here?
It's, this really isn't a lot of money.
No, I know. But to me, I saw the movie. The movie is fucking lame, and $20 million is way too much for that movie. I don't give a damn if Owen Wilson's in it or not. I was talking to like Edie last week, and Edie's feeling sorry for Owen Wilson because he almost killed himself. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, it doesn't mean that we need to go and make his movie a success just to make him feel better if he made a shitty movie. And besides that motherfucker has more money and more women than I'll see in a long time. So I don't even know why he's trying to kill himself. Now, why are you looking at me? Am I being insensitive?
No, I don't know why that would be insensitive at all, Corey.
Tired of hearing
possibly be a chemical imbalance. Personally, I could give a shit. It's I don't care about your mental problems. I don't care what happened to your life. Did you make a good movie? Owen Wilson's made a lot of good movies in his career. He gets a lot of shit, but he's made some really good stuff. He's a really smart guy. And this just isn't that movie. But $20 million isn't anything to be upset about. It's like, why is it still in the top 5? Because there ain't shit out there. That's why it's still in the top 5.
I'm just saying, money and ass.
Once we look at the number 2, we can talk about why is that still up there.
All right. I just want to let you know, money and ass will balance any chemicals I have. So,
and you use money and ass for the chemicals.
Exactly. So, no problems there. And just before we go on, I just want to say that I do think Owen Wilson is a very talented guy.
He is.
Yeah, no, he's very funny.
In fact, it's funny. I wrote a piece this week because it's kind of odd. Luke Wilson gets all the credit. Who's the more talented Wilson brother, Luke Wilson or Owen Wilson?
Owen Wilson, definitely.
The thing is, most people will say, oh, I like Luke Wilson better. But you look at his history of movies, and there's like 1 or 2 good movies in there. Everything else is crap. It's like real crap. And the good movies he played small roles in. He doesn't have a great career. Owen Wilson has all this great stuff, but it's surrounded by all these terrible, obnoxious films that's what we think of when we think of him. We think of Zoolander. Yeah. We don't think of the fact that he wrote the Royal Tenenbaums.
Well, it all comes down to who just has a little bit more energy, because they're both doing the same shit in every movie. They have one thing they do, and that's be Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson. Owen Wilson is just a tad bit more energetic than Luke Wilson.
Well, he broke the nose and it released the energy into his system.
I guess, yeah. I was going to leave his nose alone, y'all.
Why would you leave his nose alone?
Because I talked about it enough last week.
You probably did. I couldn't get that far.
Okay. All right. So let's go to number 4, which is...
Number 4.
Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns.
Which, proves that, black people do still go to the movies. So,
Apparently when the only time they go to movies is when Tyler Perry releases a movie, because like I said last week, I saw this in New York and there was not a single white face.
Now, why would a white person in New York City go to a Tyler Perry movie?
I don't know, to experience the culture.
I mean, now granted, down here, whenever they show the movies, you see 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. And usually, they're dating somebody of the other country.
I don't know. I thought you might have at least had like maybe a white person who has that look like, oh, I want to see what the other side lives like. I would like to see other cultures.
Dude, we don't give the shit about other cultures unless we're conquering them. That's the white way.
Well, I thought they might have sent a spy into the theater.
Yeah, let's send a spy in. No one will notice.
Yes, these beasts have a weakness for Tyler Perry. We kill Tyler Perry. We conquer the people.
Dude, Tyler Perry's a genius. I think the guy is awesome. And the reason why is he's doing what several of us have been preaching for years.
What's that?
He doesn't get big name stars. He gets talented actors. He has very simple scripts that are targeted to a specific audience, and they're made for no money. They skimp on it. They're not big bloated budgets. They don't, have big, budget blowouts of trying to figure out who gets paid how much. It's like, look, let's bring in real actors, give them scripts that they'll enjoy, that their audience will love, and throw it out there and make a profit.
No, that's true. Because like Denzel Washington will get a Tyler Perry script and look at the contract and say, you want me to work for a bucket of fried chicken? No, I don't think so.
No, but but if that script had gone to Denzel Washington, it would be passed around to all the A-list black actors, and it would be all the same actors we see in everything. Mm-hmm. And then all these actors who work in Tyler Perry movies might get roles as stand-ins. Mm-hmm. And then everybody would be paid $2, $3, $4 million a piece. And when the movie only makes $30, $40 million, it's like, oh, well, our $50 million movie bombed.
Yeah.
You have Tyler Perry make it. He makes it for $5, $10 million, and all of a sudden it makes $20 million opening weekend. It's a hit.
No.
This is how movies are made. You find your audience, you tailor it to them, and you make it for as cheap as possible, but still don't skimp on the quality.
No, you're right.
People, are Tyler Perry movies formulaic? Yes.
Yeah.
Do the audiences love them? Hell yes.
Oh, they love them to death, man. When you hear Tyler Perry is writing a script, that's like almost Christmas Day for black actors who haven't worked in a long time. Like, shit, I haven't worked in 6 years. I can be in a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But Tyler Perry, that dude, I mean, he really is, when it comes to business, oh, man, that guy, I think he is a borderline genius because he has made himself a brand name just starting out by doing little cheap plays.
Yeah.
And he's come from doing cheap-ass plays in the South on what they call the Chitlin Circuit.
The Chitlin Circuit.
That's how cheap that shit is. They call it the Chitlin Circuit. And for those white people who don't know, chitlins are they're pig intestines. And so, as I said, I don't know what that has to do with making plays. But
then what are collard greens?
What are collard greens? Collard greens are the brains of a homeless man.
Collard greens, grits, chitlins. Yummy.
Collard greens is goat ass. No, collard. Got me talking about collard greens. No.
Why would you even think of? You think of goat ass.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the crazy.
Is it that time of night? Is that there's no ladies around, so it's goat ass time?
For people who don't know, this time of night is exactly.
Oh, Corey!
Come midnight, a lot of people don't know. At midnight, black people eat goat ass raw. So you got me all mixed up, man.
Oh my God, you mixed up. You went off on that tangent, my friend.
No, I was going to say
me for that shit.
But he's come into Hollywood, and he has done what a lot of people have struggled for a long time to do, what a lot of them have been able to do, and that is really own his brand.
That's what he's the Kevin Smith of the African American community. He's making these films that appeal to just one specific group of people. The Tyler Perry films don't resonate with me because I didn't grow up in that culture. And there's nothing wrong with that. But he targets his culture. He makes his films cheap enough. They all profit.
Yeah.
Dude,
so good,
and
for
he's
him.
Branded. Way to go.
Bravo for him.
Hey, he's still in the top four. You know,
here you go.
Congrats. Let's cling to Tyler Perry.
There you go, Tyler Perry, and he's gonna be over the Enterprise too, over Starfleet Command.
Oh, really?
Oh, did you not hear this?
No, I did not hear this.
He's gonna be in the Star Trek movie.
At this point, I've stopped paying attention to Star Trek casting. Once they cast Bones, I was like, I don't give a rat's ass anymore who's in this fucking film.
Yeah, so
dude,
well, just to let you know,
fucking Carl Urban is as Jim McCoy.
Carl Urban, the guy from Pathfinder?
Yeah, you didn't. Now, this is what you don't know. You know about Tyler Perry. You don't know Carl Urban, Pathfinder.
I knew Simon Pegg was going to be Scotty,
which was awesome. But no, Bones is going to be played by the most wooden actor of all time. The guy who was the Viking raised by Indians in Pathfinder.
Well, hey, man, it's J.J. Abrams. He probably knows what he's doing. So
let's hope this isn't the thing where he goes off the rails.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams is a guy responsible for Lost and Cloverfield, everybody. So I trust him. So let's go on to number 3 here.
Number 3.
Which is superhero movie. And
how much did it make?
Not much. $9 million.
$9 million.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, that's half of what Meet the Spartans made.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that makes me happy.
You know what doesn't make me happy, though?
What?
Is that it was actually a better movie than Meet the Spartans. It was not. I'm going to tell you this. You know how we walked out of Meet the Spartans pissed?
Well, we were pissed off, yeah.
Yeah, but this movie, not only was I not pissed when I walked out, but I had about 3 or 4 good laughs. I mean, genuine, belly aching, good laughs.
But let me ask.
What?
Were those laughs worthy enough to not charge our parent company for the price of admission? Are you getting reimbursed for that ticket?
I will.
So it wasn't that
Damn,
good.
See, you busted me, man. I sneaked into the movie. I ran in and watched the movie. I'm not going to say what, and I hope nobody recognizes me doing this, but there's one place in town that I can go to where I can always depend on being able to just walk in.
Really?
Those ushers just don't give a shit. It's all run by teenagers, and they just don't give a shit.
Well, now, okay, you know what? Let's share a secret. Here's a little secret, because I know this secret too, and I just don't brag about it. But you know what? Let's share the secret with the rest of the world. We shouldn't. But the secret to sneaking into movies is to walk in as if you know exactly what you're doing. And to walk in confident, like, of course I'm walking in here. You don't look at the usher at all. You just walk in. If he looks at you, you just nod at him and smile and keep walking, because he'll assume you've already bought a ticket and you just went out to your car.
Well, here's what you do, people. And I'm going to say this because I think movies cost too much. Save a ticket stub. Save different ones to see what color they are. And when you're walking in, the guy's going to look at you and you just hold up your ticket stub and be like, hey, okay. And you just keep walking. And if it's from far away, they're not going to say anything.
That's too complicated. I don't even
do that. Just to keep a ticket stub? That's too complicated?
No, because then you risk the thing of, hey, let me look at the ticket stub. Then you get busted. But if he says, hey, where's your ticket stub? Oh, my wife has it in the theater. And it's like, oh, okay, sir, please go on in. I am clearly just a 16-year-old with my first job. Dude, you just walk. I mean, because we do it for sneaks all the time. That's where I learned it, where I just walk in, and one out of every maybe 20, 30 people will go, hey, what are you here for? Where are you just walking by? It'll be, oh, I'm here for the press screening. Oh, the line's over here. Yeah, well, I'm press. Yeah. It'll be, oh, okay.
Yeah, you do that for press screenings and press. But they've cracked down on that a little bit, too.
But most of the time, when you walk through that door, you just walk in, and they don't care. Now, me, I don't really have to do this because I have 2 theaters in town that the managers have said, look, drop my name at the door and say I'm a guest of so-and-so, and you can go for free. So I go for free anyway.
Well, I'm feeling kind of stupid at this one theater that I go to because I'm actually like sneaking by on tippy toes and all that. And the usher's looking at me. It's some teenage girl, and she's looking at me like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not getting paid enough to come stop you. And you're way bigger than I am. What do you think I'm going to try and do? There's no cops around here. You know, crazy.
I'm hearing those sound effects.
And not only it's the sound effects, but can you see this big black dude just walking by on tippy toes and this girl just looking at him like, what the fuck is going on with him? But I will say this about superhero movie though, man. It's a two-way thing for me because on the one hand, I wish it had made a little bit more money because it's so much better than Meet the Spartans. When I say so much better, I don't mean it's a good movie because it's not. It's still got the obligatory stupidness that
it's just, hey, we've taken all the scenes out of Spider-Man and we're putting it into...
And that's what made it work. I'm going to put up the review tomorrow morning that we did because we had to do it late because, hey, they had no screening for it. We all knew that. But at the same...
And yet we still don't have stop loss up in the site.
Yeah, we do.
Do we? Did it finally
I put it up yesterday afternoon.
Oh,
yesterday around 6 o'clock.
Okay, well, yeah. And yet we have stop loss on the site.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, we know the last time you've been on the site. But
speaking of which, stop loss... Well, we'll get to stop loss.
Yeah, we'll get to stop loss. But I just wanted to say that at the same time, I'm kind of happy that it made $9 million because I hope this is the case, that people are kind of waking up and realizing that all these parody movies are becoming kind of stale.
Dude, the word is out. When every critic just went after Meet the Spartans, we gave Date Movie a pass. We gave Epic Movie a pass. We didn't give a shit. They didn't give a shit. We're like, we were like those people who had been on a date, but the date didn't go well, and we run into each other at the bar. And we're just ignoring one another and just pretending that there's not this tension there. This time it was like, okay, look, I keep running into you in too many fucking places. You guys need to go fucking down. And then every critic jumped on Meet the Spartans for just how god-awful it was. And now everybody is, I mean, for weeks people kept going, oh, are you going to review superhero movie? And I'm just like,
yeah.
Why would I, there's reviewing it and then there's like, really, nobody cared. And sure enough, nobody fucking cared. It made half the money that Meet the Spartans did, which means the teenagers are like, oh, yeah, dude, I just saw Meet the Spartans. I'm not going through that shit again.
Yeah, no.
Because I've gotten so many emails from some of our teen readers that are like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm one of those guys who paid. My friend, you don't understand. My friends dragged me along and said it's going to be funny. And then it wasn't funny. No, I should have listened to you. Well, yeah, I mean.
No, and you're right, because I've gotten the same emails.
Yep.
The same exact thing.
Probably same people.
I think so, because I'm beginning to realize that we're getting emailed by the same multiple people. Is Alex Hacker riding your ass, man?
Let's not even talk. See, now that you've mentioned him, he gets to say, "Yay, I've been mentioned 4 times."
I like Alex though.
I like Alex too, but once
Alex knows I'll talk to him.
I mean, I don't get a chance to answer, the messages as often as I'd like because I'm just so busy with everything.
Yeah.
And when you open up your inbox and there's like 7 messages saying, "Hey, dude, would you like to hear a funny story?" It's kind of like, well, why don't you just send me the funny story, and I'll read the funny story. Why 7 messages asking me if I want to read a funny story?
I know. Alex is a good kid, though. I like Alex a lot. I'm not going to. Alex is looking for a father, I think. If your mom's hot, I might be there for you. I'd be your father for a day, Alex, if you let me send a picture of your mom and let me look at it.
Wow, that's uncomfortable. Let's move on to number 2. Let's just move on to number 2.
Number 2 is Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who.
Horton Hears a what the?
What the fuck? Yeah. Man, let me tell you something. I'm not surprised at all. And really, I don't even mind.
Dude, these Dr. Seuss movies, no matter how bad they've been, I haven't had a chance to see this one yet. I hear it's not as bad as the others.
No, it's not.
I just hear it's not great either.
Leon really disliked it because he's so close to Dr. Seuss, and I see why. I'm looking at it from the standpoint that it's a great looking film. It's well produced. It's just they don't exactly know how to stretch it out. I'm not saying that they can't. They just don't know how.
Well, there's no way. Dr. Seuss wrote 5-minute books that were a stretch into 22-minute 22-minute cartoons. I mean, a few of them worked. The Horton Hears a Who is an all right one.
The Grinch?
The Grinch is great.
Oh, yeah,
the Butter Battle Book is great. Cat in the Hat as a 22-minute was great.
Mm-hmm.
But
back
90
then,
minutes?
See, back then they had people who wrote great songs for these shorts.
Yeah.
They had great animators with great imagination. Now these are just mass-produced products.
Well, but by the same token, I mean, there's some really great people involved, but it comes to a method. It's like what happened with King Kong. Look, Peter Jackson is a genius. King Kong is one of the greatest monster movies ever made. But you take a 100-minute movie and you stretch it to 176 minutes, it's gonna get thin.
Yeah.
I don't care what cool stuff you throw in there. Eventually, it's just gonna get to a point where it's like, all right, shoot him off the fucking tower already. For the love of God, he's been out there for 10 minutes.
I know, and we don't need these scenes of brontosaurus running over people because a lot of this stuff you can just tell. No matter how cool it is, you just feel it. And that's what they do with this movie. Exactly right. It looks gorgeous, man. It's one of the best movies that I think that company has done visually. It's from the same people who did Ice Age. And they kept the look of Dr. Seuss's characters too.
I hate the Ice Age movies though.
I like them.
I hate them with a passion.
Well, then maybe you won't feel so bad about this movie then. But this movie did something that I think they should have done a long time ago, and that is make it CG. I thought they should have done that from the very beginning when they said Jim Carrey's going to be the Grinch. I was like, fuck me, man. Just use him as a voice, but just make it CG.
Remember how cool it was when we thought Mike Myers was going to be the Cat in the Hat?
I never thought it was cool.
I thought it was going to be awesome because Mike Myers is hilarious. And then
the moment I heard Mike Myers' name and Cat in the Hat in the same sentence, I was pissed.
That was such a bad
movie. And that movie was a lot worse than I thought it would ever be.
Yeah, that movie was pretty fucking bad.
But
you drew a great cartoon that I wish we had available on T-shirts here in the Spill store, which doesn't exist.
Again, I can't put it up because I think it'd be trademarked. Maybe parody.
No, it's parody, dude. You guys probably haven't seen this because most of you don't live in Austin. But Corey did this great cartoon where he had the original Dr. Seuss drawn style Cat in the Hat strangling the shit out of the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat. And it was a really funny, perfect rendition of what it felt like watching that movie.
Thank you, man, and I really appreciate that.
That's one of my favorite things you've ever done.
That came from true feelings. I mean, when I was so pissed that night when I did it. That I was like, I'm not doing a scene from this movie.
You don't have to make fun of that movie at all. You have Seuss coming from the grave to kick Mike Myers' ass, and that is what it's all about. Well, but I hear Horton Hears a Who isn't that bad. Although I will say, God bless Horton Hears a Who because I was at IHOP the other day, and have you had the Mayor's Breakfast?
The Mayor's Breakfast.
The Mayor's Breakfast. Oh my God, you got to go to IHOP.
Is that like the mayor of a town? Is it the mayor?
Yeah.
No, what is that?
It's green eggs and ham served with Who cakes.
Really?
Yeah,
and that's all in conjunction with Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who movie?
It's got
nice.
It's spinach. It's a spinach omelet served with a side of ham. and then you get shortbread cakes covered in what's boysenberry and blueberry syrup, but it's dressed up like you know very Whoville.
Shit, I'm going to IHOP tonight after this.
It's like $5.99, $6.99. It's one of those two, and I had to have it.
Speed this thing up, man.
Dude,
I got to go to
IHOP. Green eggs and ham. I do not. Oh wait, no, I really do like that green eggs and ham. Dude, I love that.
By the way, Edie said this. I don't know if this is true or not, but she said
I don't believe it.
Okay, but well, maybe I hope she doesn't know what she's talking about. But she says that they're making a Green Eggs and Ham movie.
Well, they've optioned it.
Okay,
I mean, but they've optioned everything. I mean, it's like there was that whole big deal where they optioned Monopoly, and it's like they're going to make a Monopoly movie. It's like no, they're not going to actually make a Monopoly.
They
movie.
just
optioned it because it comes with by optioning. That's one of the more well-known things in the option that also gets them stuff like Magic the Gathering and gets them a lot of other weirder ones that will actually, you can make a Candyland movie.
I want to see a Monopoly movie. I just want to see what they can do by making a Monopoly movie.
Michael Bay's Monopoly. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yes, explosions all over the board.
No. I want to see if not that one, then we can always do the Monopoly on My Heart, which will be, the movie where we have the beach bum played by Matthew McConaughey. And then the rich, uptown girl played by Kate Hudson. And she owns all of Boardwalk and he owns all of Park Place. And together.
I like that idea. Hey, man, don't ever work for Hollywood because that would get done. You just pitched an idea. But I would go for it only if Matthew McConaughey dresses up like that little mayor on Monopoly. Anyway, so Dr. Seuss is Horton Hears a Who. It's
number two.
It's not that, and really, I'm okay with that. For kids, it's not that bad.
Dude, it's a family film. Yeah. In March. It's going to do huge.
I'm not going to complain about that.
So, number one, the question is it Stop Loss, the touching war drama about a guy coming back from Iraq, or is it the gambling movie with Kate the Hottie Bosworth?
Or is it Run, Fat Boy, Run?
Run, Fat Boy, Run didn't open wide this week, did it? I thought it opened limited.
No, open wide.
Oh, okay. Well, or is it Run Fat Boy Run? Clearly it isn't Run Fat Boy Run because they didn't mention it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so
which one is it?
It's 21.
It's 21.
Yeah.
That's right. The Kevin Spacey, Kate Bosworth gambling movie.
Oh, yeah. No, that movie of course it was going to be 21. I mean, as you're going to say, it is more lighthearted than Stop Loss. It got much more push than Stop Loss.
And it got better reviews.
And it got better
People enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't reviewed that well. 21.
Oh, everyone I've talked to said it was good.
If you go on Yahoo or Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a green splat and it's got an average of C. I actually went and saw the movie. I'm not crazy about it,
but it got better reviews than Stop Loss because Stop Loss all had the same reviews.
No, Stop Loss actually got a B.
Well, okay, if you're going to actually
I mean, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw. I'm not trying to argue with you, man.
No. The problem with Stop Loss, which was number 7, wasn't it? Didn't it come in at number 7, or did it squeak into number 6?
No, it's lower than number 7. I think it's number 9.
It dropped?
It's 8. It's number 8.
Oof. It was number 7 by Saturday. Yeah. No, it was one of those things where everybody said, wow, what a really good movie, but God, it's so depressing. I don't ever want to watch this again.
But no, that's not the reason why, really. I mean, of course, a movie like 21 it's an entertainment movie. And it's not a message movie, so it's gonna do better just by default, I think. But man, not even all the time. I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at it technically here. It's Stop Loss it's got like 1,400 theaters less than 21.
Well, no, you're comparing it to 21. Let's compare it to the other 4 movies that beat 21 that were all holdovers. Or actually, 3 of them were holdovers and 1 was superhero.
All of them had many more theaters than that movie was being released.
But how much did Stop Loss make?
It made $4 million, but it's a smaller movie. It didn't get that much of a push, and as I said, it didn't get as wide of a release. It's
so depressing. Oh my God, dude! I'm telling you, it's war fatigue. Nobody wants to watch a movie about how much war sucks while we're fighting a war. Afterwards, yes, but while we're fighting, dude, because this country feels impotent. No matter how you feel about the war, you can't change. You can't help us win, and you can't help us pull out. We're stuck.
Well, I mean,
and watching a movie about how much it sucks to be in it, what does that do? That's not entertaining.
But see, this is what I'm going to argue with you about.
Go for it.
I don't think that every movie has to be entertaining or escapist.
No. That's not my point. Because I agree with you. It doesn't all have to be escapism. It doesn't all have to be Michael Bay, look how cool reality would be if Will Smith really was a cop. No, but by the same token, there's also that whole aspect of there are certain things that you just don't want to pay to go see. You click on CNN or Drudge Report or Fox or whatever your news station of choice is, or you can go and talk to your friends, and it's all the same thing. It's all this all the time, and there's nothing. The news is never
But
good.
The other thing about this movie is you saying it's so depressing. I never got depressed during this movie. I never saw it as a depressing thing. I mean, it's a bummer, yeah, that this is actually happening to soldiers, and it is a bummer of a subject. But I've seen far more depressing war movies than this movie. I mean, and as a matter of fact, my argument was that I don't think that it pushed the subject enough because they had a romance in there.
That wasn't a romance.
I mean, it was a borderline romance.
No, there was a weird kind of attraction in there that never gets dealt with, and there's not so much as a kiss.
It's a hinted at romance, and that's
because it's a guy and a girl in the same car together, and anytime you have that, everybody thinks they're going to hook up.
No, we had also had the scene where Ryan Phillippe has his shirt off, and she's kind of touching him, cleaning his wounds. It's one of those movies where they try to tantalize the audience.
Did Ryan Phillippe's shirt off do it for you? Did that get your going?
But of course. What are you talking? No, of course not. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, of course not. Of course that wouldn't do it for me. I don't even remember Ryan Phillippe having his shirt off, and you're like, there's that scene with Ryan
because
Phillippe
you were sitting up there like crying with your eyes in your hands, and you weren't looking at the movie. You
crying?
Yeah, you sitting up there like,
dude, it's not the Iron
Giant. You turn this into a gay thing? I mean, I'm not. What the fuck? How you flipping this around? It's like, oh, did Ryan Phillippe turn you on? I was like, he had his shirt off in a movie, and there was a girl.
How did it turn into a gay thing? Somebody started talking about Ryan Phillippe with his shirt off.
Oh, just because I mentioned that he has his shirt off and a girl is touching him, and I try to relate that to a romance.
The audience
for the females in the audience, yeah, and I guess for any of the gay guys, which I'm not, which it doesn't matter.
Would you feel the need to? Let me ask you something, Corey.
Yeah.
Did you tell any of your friends this week, hey man, pay and go see Stop Loss this weekend?
I didn't tell anybody to pay and go see anything this weekend. Actually, I mean, when you get right down to it.
It wasn't that weekend, but
I didn't tell anybody to go see 21. In fact, when somebody asked me what should I go see, I probably recommended a movie that wasn't even newly released this week. So, but that doesn't mean that Stop Loss is any different from any of these other movies,
except that it suffers from word fatigue.
No, I just don't think that it was that big of a movie. I mean, I think I compared it to something like 21. It falls short in some places, and I actually think Stop Loss was a better movie than 21. So,
and see, the thing is, when we talked about it, I actually think Stop Loss is a better movie than you think it is. I just think it's too much of a
I think you like the movie. I really do.
No. I'm not saying I dislike the movie. I've never said that I dislike the movie. I said it's a very well-made film. I like the film. It's just too heavy and was made 3 years too early. I hope 3 years too early. I hope we're not still dealing with this shit 3 years from now. Jesus Christ.
Who knows? Don't hold your breath.
Please, God, don't. No, I hope that this is something of the past where we sit around and I get to bitch with my buddies about their time over there.
I've seen some movies. Let me put it this way. I've seen some movies that are real preachy. We saw Lions for Lambs.
Yeah, which had the same problem.
We saw there was another movie that was pretty forgettable because I can't even remember it right now. That came out, and that one didn't do that well either. Rendition. Yeah, Rendition. It was a movie that was very heavy-handed. Yeah. This movie was
good. Rendition and Lions for Lambs were both good, but both of them. Now, here's the thing: is from your very liberal standpoint, you didn't think any of those films went far enough.
I'm not even taking it from a liberal standpoint.
No. You said every single one of those films. I remember when we talked about them, you always felt that they didn't go far enough and they didn't push the issue as hard as they should have.
No, I didn't say that because I just felt like they were too heavy-handed. Now, I mean, if I'm saying they're heavy-handed, that means I don't think they pushed it far enough. I think they pushed it too far, and I don't think they did it in a very clever way. Lions for Lambs, fuck, man. I mean, that was why don't they just put a big letters on the screen saying Iraq War is bad. I'm against it. And the same thing with Rendition. I was like, this movie's kind of preachy, even though I thought that was an okay movie.
They were both. I liked them both.
No, they both had good things about them.
Rendition was a really good film about what it was supposed to be about. But
anyway, 21 is number one, and all these movies, even Run Fat Boy Run, I think that it's just they're perfect for this time to be released. They're all movies that are okay but not great.
Oh, the box office is hurting right now, though. Did you see the numbers? How it all came out? It's down like 30% from last year.
Man, box office is always hurting. Now, they'll say that it's hurting right now, and then when Iron Man and Indiana Jones come out, they'll say records were set and the box office is doing great.
Sure. So, but right now, it's not doing well. At this time last year, the number one movie made $33 million.
They'll make it up sometime at some point. I mean, it goes up and down, man. When they say,
dude, I'm just saying.
It's Hollywood hurting.
March has really sucked because January was up because they released some good movies in January. We got Cloverfield and we got Rambo, and all of a sudden, box office is like, but hey, January's back. And now it's February. Welcome to Sucksville. Population U. And then March has just been kind of like, the big event movie that was released the same weekend as 300, which was last year. The big event movie was 10,000 BC. And then it was downhill from there.
We got elephants with dreadlocks. No, it's do you see 10,000 BC?
I still need to go see it. It's playing right down the road from me, and I can't. Everyone tells me the same thing, that it's retarded. That it's. Some of my friends tell me it's worth seeing just to fucking see it on the big screen.
It's just boring, man. But it is worth seeing on the big screen. I mean,
I've got to go to the Draft House and see it. It's right up the road.
There's a bunch of hippies out there running with all kind of animals with dreadlocks too.
But it's got that really cool guy who is in Sky High, and I love Sky High. So
I mean, you gotta love him in this movie. You love that guy?
I thought he was great.
Are you gay?
I'm totally gay.
Okay, well, as long as you can admit it.
I'm not talking about the guy with his shirt off, and I could say, yes, fuck it, I'm gay. I know what it is. You're like, I'm not gay. I swear to God, I'm not gay. I'm just talking about a guy with his shirt off. What's wrong with that?
No, I didn't get all that defensive.
Oh, yes, you fucking did.
No, I didn't. I was just
People
like.
are going to start rewinding going, oh, yes, he fucking did.
No, I didn't, because I was just like, I just said, hey, I'm not gay. I just mentioned it with his shirt off. I don't know why you got to turn this into a gay issue all of a sudden. I like the way it's like.
And now it's come.
It's like it's your way of deflecting it from my argument. It's like, because I was like, Ryan Phillippe and his girl, he has his shirt off. She's touching me like, what, you got his shirt off? Are you gay? And I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
That's not what I said.
Yeah, you were like, are you gay now? You want to fuck Ryan Phillippe? And I was like, I
drink your milkshake.
I drink your Ryan Phillippe. Anyway, you know what? Can I tell you a story real quick that Leon told me about when we talking about sneaking into the movies? Speaking of sneaking into the movies, so Leon said he had a friend that he actually did sneak into the movie, and he's feeling good. He's like, man, I'm the only guy in here. I got theater to myself.
I've heard this story.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna finish it off for people who. So check this out. So he's sitting there with nobody in there. He's like, I feel like a king. I got the whole screen to myself, and he's sitting there, and 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes pass, 15 minutes pass, and he's like, come on, let's start this fucking movie. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. So he goes out and walks to the box office, and he's like, excuse me, why is the movie not showing yet? And they say, well, what movie is it? And he tells them, and the guy at the box office is like, well, sir, nobody bought tickets for that movie. And if nobody bought tickets for that movie, what the fuck are you doing? Get your ass out.
That's one of those biggest dumbass stories ever. It's like, way to go, asshole. Wait a second, this Coca-Cola I stole is flat. I'm going to return it.
I want my money back.
Dumbass.
Anyway, I know that's one of my favorite stories right there. So let's talk about some of the news that we got going on here, man. And you said that I know we're gonna go on for about 15 more minutes.
No. I'm not like, damn it, hurry up. I'm just like checking the time.
As a matter of fact, hold on. Right.
We keep going for like an hour and a half, and then we lose the last half hour.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
People aren't hearing you. You're not in front of a microphone.
No, I know. They hear me across the room. That's
no,
fine.
They don't.
Yeah, they can hear me across the room. I'm doing something. People, don't you worry about what I'm doing. I'm taking care of business.
He's putting a shirt on, Ryan Phillippe.
Exactly. I'm taking my shirt off for Carlisle right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You look like you could use a back rub. So let's talk about some news that's going on. I think one of the things that you want to talk about. Why y'all tickled by this, man?
It's just all of a sudden I'm getting, it's no longer a couple of cold ones with Corey and Carlisle.
I guess not. Things are steaming up between Corey and Carlisle. People, we ain't gay, all right? And not that it's...
Dude, you don't even need to defend that.
No, what I was going to say was...
There's no... If you're not gay, there's never...
No, I'm just saying...
You know what? I'm hella gay. I love the cock,
but I want people to know...
I chug the cock every chance I get. That's...
I won't put it like that, but I just want people to know that we have nothing against gay people. I'm going to read an email that says something about that later. They want us to stop making certain jokes, but we'll read that in a little bit. How you like this beer, by the way? Not your favorite?
No, like I told you before, Corey bought a new type of beer, and I think it's a good beer, and it's up there in the beers that I will definitely drink, but it is not my favorite of the beers. So I happen to like the normal brand over this particular brand, but I'm in the middle of almost to the end of my second one, so it's not like I have a problem with them.
No, all you people out there who live in Texas.
Uh-oh.
You gotta, we're not talking about the beer bad. I mean,
No. I just didn't want to do any advertising, but that's all right.
I know. I don't mind advertising quickly for something that I like, and maybe it'll lead to true advertising later, some kind of sponsorship.
Yeah. Talk about the beer.
No, I just want to let people know Shiner makes a new beer for people here in Texas. It's Shiner Black Lager. This is truly one of my favorite beers now. Instead of the Shiner, you like the old Shiner?
Bohemian Black.
A Bohemian Black beer.
Yeah, I like regular Shiner.
Yeah, no, regular Shiner it's a staple for me. There's a few bars in town when I walk in, they automatically just pour Shiner for me.
Well, it's one of those things. It's in a lot of the country, it's like a Bud or a Miller or whatever. Down here in Texas, it's Shiner Bock.
Yeah, no, it is. That's the deal. And they just made a new beer that's Black Lager, and I like it a lot. Anyway, so.
It's good. I do like it. I am not talking ill, but when it comes down to it, I prefer regular Shiner over Shiner Black.
Your old fashioned that way.
You like it black. I like it light.
I know. I knew it. See, I was going to steer away from that. People going to say, you just like it because it's black.
And ivory drink together in perfect harmony.
I do support black anything, including beer. Shiner Black Lager. In fact,
all of a sudden, I'll turn you on to black metal.
They got black metal out there, like black metal music.
Let's move on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. There's black metal. That's the. If you can understand that, you typically can, unless you listen to black metal. But go ahead. Let's continue talking. Okay. So we have what's in the news, my friend.
All right, we got Hayden Christensen. I always get those two names backwards.
Jumper.
No, from Jumper, which I didn't think was that terrible of a movie. People were down on that. I didn't think it was good, but this guy, for somebody he was in a movie that I liked a long time ago, and Hayden Christensen, for those who don't know.
Now, I'll tell you what movie that was, because there was only one good movie that he's done, because everybody says the same thing.
What, Shattered Glass?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was great in that movie. Hayden Christensen is a guy who was young Darth Vader. Not the little boy, but the
Padme, no!
Yeah, that guy. And this guy's got to be the luckiest bastard in the world, because he's only been in one movie that I've seen him in that he's been great. And other than that, he's been in some very bland movies, and he's been very bland himself. But now
there's nothing lucky about having a very mediocre career.
Except that you played Darth Vader, one of the ultimate icons, and now he's almost rumored to be Superman in the new Justice. God damn it, this Black Lager, I blame it. Justice League movie.
Yeah. Let's hope that he does for the role of Superman what he did for Anakin Skywalker. Yeah, no, that's dude. God, I hope to God they don't make him Superman. Jesus Christ, he was bad enough as Vader. He's not been good. He wasn't even that great in Shattered Glass. He was good. It was just a good role. If you go back and watch it again, you'll be, wow, this is a little forced.
I don't know. I've watched that movie several times because it's one of my favorite movies, and
really,
I like him in that movie.
That's
I love
one of
him in
your favorites?
that movie. Yeah, it is. It is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
Wow.
And I really like him in the movie. I've argued for this guy so much because of that movie. And I think it's just the parts that he's taking.
I think it's absolutely the parts that he's taking. I don't think he's particularly untalented. He's not Superman. Every time You go for a Superman. What do you go for an unknown who fits Superman. You don't go for a regular. They were going to get Nicolas Cage as Superman, and what happened? Geekdom freaked the fuck out. They're going to freak the fuck out again because it's going to be Lois Lane. No, it's going to be that all over the internet.
Well, why the hell would you pick Nicolas Cage to be Superman anyway?
Because it was Tim Burton. Why the hell would you make Johnny Depp everything you do, even when he doesn't fit in what you do?
I don't have a problem with Johnny Depp doing things.
I love Johnny Depp, by the way. Johnny Depp's awesome, but I'm just saying Burton will, get an idea in his head and just go with it.
I don't have a problem with Johnny Depp playing those roles. I mean, I just think that I had
a Johnny Depp Superman.
Oh, over Nicolas Cage, yeah, any day, yeah.
Over Hayden Christensen.
Of course, but they want a young Superman. That's what they're doing with this Justice League movie that they're using. Of course,
no.
But I don't know. I'm looking at
rolling around in the ground with Natalie Portman on the back of the big Wampa Beast. Well, oh my God! These images do not make me confident.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I don't know, I'll give it a chance. If they dye his hair black and put him in the role and he does a good job, I don't know. I don't give a shit with cast anymore, man. They do so many crazy things.
I don't. Dude, is Justice League even really happening? I mean,
let me read what Leon wrote here. He said the latest news / rumor is that they've decided against shooting in Australia, but are looking at British Columbia. And while in BC this weekend, an autograph hound spoke to Adam Brody, who's been cast as the Flash. And he said the current working title is Justice League is Mortal. That's a fucked up title. I don't know if that's true or not. And that Hayden Christensen is Superman. So all this is rumor. Nobody even knows. And if Hayden Christensen is Superman, then what are we going to do?
What are you going to do? You're going to have a lot of confused people out there. I think I need to talk to Warner Brothers directly. Hello, Warner Brothers. This is Carlisle talking to you. You know how stupid the average person is? Well, mathematically speaking, half of them are stupider than that. They're going to be sitting there the whole movie going, why isn't Superman teleporting? The last movie he was teleporting all over the place.
Why doesn't he have a lightsaber or something like that?
I mean, come on. These are the watchers of Fox who all went out and saw Jumper, and these are not the smartest people in the world. And these are the people who are going to be, I don't understand, where did he lose his ability to teleport and suddenly be able to fly?
Oh, come on, people ain't that stupid now.
People are that stupid.
You really think so?
People are that stupid.
Okay, I don't know.
I think everyone listening will go, yeah, I know those people. And they drive cars. That's what scares me.
Well, in some good casting news right here, I think this would be good casting.
What did they cast Paris Hilton as this time?
A skeleton.
The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra 2, starring Paris Hilton.
No, they're talking about. Now, I just saw this on the headlines. I'm going through the internet, people, and I'm just looking at headlines. I'm on Yahoo right now, and I haven't even read this, but there's a headline that says, Mos Def picks Chuck Berry role for music biopic. And I'm assuming that this is Mos Def who wants to be Chuck Berry. And for those of you who don't know who Chuck Berry is, I don't know a way to describe him. Tell people what.
Dude, Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good. There you go.
Run Rudolph Run. He created the '50s guitar sound.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, he was the first big time guitarist.
Go, Johnny, go. And he ate shit.
And he was black.
And that's right. He was before Jimi Hendrix. You had Chuck Berry, and now you heard this right. I'm sure everybody has. You heard. Well, let me read a little bit right here. Rapper, actor Mos Def will play legendary rock and roller Chuck Berry in Cadillac Records, which is filming in New Jersey. Also in the movie will be Gabrielle Union and okay, I'm not gonna read this whole shit, but anyway, that's all you need to know. Mos Def is gonna play Chuck Berry, and for those of you who did not know, now is this true or not? I keep hearing people say this, and apparently it is true. I've never seen it, but somebody said Chuck Berry ate shit. There was a porno with him where a girl, and people, I don't mean to be graphic here of kids, excuse me. You might want to cut this off.
I think they pretty much know what you're about to say.
Yeah, but a girl bent over and took a shit in his mouth. And the famous line for that is, I'm ready for my breakfast, baby. Now, I've heard this from several people. And if somebody wants to clarify this for me, then please do. I'm just saying.
I am proud not only to be American, but I am proud to know that I know nothing about what the fuck of which you speak.
Well, as you can see,
I know nothing. You have now entered territory where it's all you, man, because I don't know shit.
I am one of the only people in this world who apparently has not seen Two Girls, One Cup, so I sure as hell don't know about this Chuck Berry thing. But apparently there's a video out there of that happening, and I'm just gonna say this: if that's true, then I'll hope to God you put it in this movie.
Corey, are you ready for your breakfast, baby?
Yeah, okay. Now you're going to picture Ryan Phillippe over me taking a shit.
I'm not the one that brought up Ryan Phillippe.
I know I did. I know. Oh, anyway.
You're a little preoccupied, my man. I don't know what's going on up in that black skull of yours, but you went from 40-year-old white woman to white boys.
Damn, man, why you got to do that, man? Up on that black skull of yours, boy. Let's see.
That wasn't...
That was meant.
See, look at that. That is a standard of. Why has it got to be a black thing?
Because you said black skull.
Because I was going on to white boy. It was the contrast. It's the white on black action that you just love.
Damn, sounds like Indiana Jones' next movie. Indiana Jones and the Legend of the Black Skull has my face on the poster. Hey, Ryan Phillippe.
Ryan Phillippe took his shirt off.
So, is there anything you would like to talk about?
I can't think of a thing right now. I think we've covered it all. It was a pretty light week, actually.
Yeah.
And there's lots of geek stuff where people are freaking out about, lame ass stuff.
I'm going to read some email just real quick.
Read some email. Tell us how cool we are.
No, I'm not going to do that. Actually,
awesome.
I have questions.
Sweet questions. I love questions. Real questions.
Well, here's one thing. I'm doing a guy a favor. He wrote this. He wrote this long email. A guy named Sean Griffin wrote a long email. I told him, hey man, you got to shorten this shit. I can't read this whole email, and if you do, I'll read it. I'm reading this because I'm encouraging creativity among the young people. And what Sean Griffin is doing, he says this: I'm making a 2-disc DVD to sell during May. The first disc is all about me in my high school drama class performing The Legend of Robin Hood. Sort of. That sounds gay. Where I play the title character. The second disc is called The Amateur Grindhouse, and it's for all you spillers. If you have a short film on your computer somewhere, or you want to make a short film, send it to me, and I'll put it on the DVD to sell in May. All the details will be posted to you on the blog soon. He had wanted to actually call this Grindhouse Spill or Spill Grindhouse, and of course we can't do that. So
not only can we not do that, but I think somebody already bought the trademark to the word Grindhouse.
Exactly. So you might not even have Grindhouse. So
we'll just call it
House. No, somebody already has that.
No, it'll just be called. And that'll be what it is. Although, okay, just
no. What?
Nothing.
Okay. No, Sean, there you go. Read that, and I hope that you get some responses for that. Again, look for Sean Griffin. That's SHWN GRIFFIN. So go to his page.
Must be his real name.
I think that is.
He used it on the internet.
Exactly. That their intranet.
So what's next? Give us more email, because that wasn't a question.
Okay. All right, here's a question that was... Now, next week, if you have any questions that are directed towards you, by all means, please print them out or bring them by or something, because I'm reading a lot of questions now that are just kind of directed towards me, and I'll answer this one pretty short. This guy says, were you the only black kid at your college? It's like the only black people here are me and my teammates. I'm the only thing that I really...
He's a basketball player.
Exactly. He must be on the basketball team. I ain't gonna lie about that.
It's the basketball team, because it's the basketball team or the football team. But then, you know what they say, what do you call one white man with 10 black guys?
What, a basketball team?
Quarterback.
And quarterback. Nice.
I mean, it's because it's not true. I mean,
I ain't gonna argue with that. Most of the time it is. He goes on to say, the only thing that I have really learned in college is that I'm the only black male in my challenging courses. What's the deal with that? First of all, come on. That's not the only thing you've learned. If that is, then that's a suck-ass college you're going to.
That is a pretty lame college.
And second of all, what?
I just all of a sudden I want to go. Why couldn't you go to that Helmsley College, or what was the college in a New World, the Cosby Show spinoff that had Dwayne Wayne?
Oh, that college, yeah. Exactly. You could have come down here to the South.
Apparently, that's where the real black experience was. I wanted to be the only white kid at that college. That college was awesome, dude.
Yeah, you go to that.
It had all the hot girls and
all the hot black girls and
Dwayne Wayne, who was pretty freaking awesome.
Dwayne Wayne,
who ended up being a father in children's movies.
Did he? He's coming out in a new movie. Kadeem Hardison. He's coming out in a new movie with Dr. Dreamy or whatever his name. is, believe it or not, yeah, he's coming. It is
Return of the 80s has-beens.
Look, I'm not dropping names, but I had one of the weirdest experiences doing a South by Southwest 2 years ago. I went and had breakfast with Kadeem Hardison, where he just sat down with all of us, and you never know that the guy wasn't anything. He was real cool. He just sat there.
Because he hasn't been in anything for like a decade.
Exactly.
So, and then anyone wanted to have breakfast with him was like, dude, I can't even get my wife to have breakfast with me.
Exactly.
So.
In fact, I think I paid for his pancakes. But he's about to be in a movie with Dr. Dreamy. What's that guy's name from Grey's Anatomy? You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
You're blanking out just like I am.
No. Patrick
Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, so his career is going up, man. If that's going to be the case, I want my money for my pancakes and a bunch. So, but just to finish this email, look, man, a lot of times when you're coming up, if you do things that are off the beaten path, you're going to be the only black guy in a lot of things. So get used to that. It's not always a bad thing. So this is something and it just means that you're doing all right. If you're surrounded by a bunch of white people when you're about like 30, you're probably in good hands.
Well, that's what my dad always used to say.
Oh, I know your dad did. I mean, I'm not saying that black people are going to take care of you. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of black, and as we go along in the future, there's going to be a lot of mixed businesses. You're going to see a lot of faces intermingling. So it's going to be more interracial. We're going to be a more interracial society than we are in a few years. So you're probably not going to be the only black person in a few years to come along. But right now, man, you know what I say? I say, okay, just between you and me, Carlisle, and you, my man, go in there and just play that up and get all the white women that you can.
Yeah, why? I don't know why you would say that. That thought just escapes me.
You're going to find one white girl in that class that's going to want to piss off her dad. And I say, play that up, man. Do that. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. No, you are not. That's the problem.
Don't seek it out. Study. Go to school.
Study hard and fuck as many white chicks as you can.
I don't mean that. I'm joking.
The more you know. Da, 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 da.
See, I hate even doing that because I hate to make, because it makes it seem like I don't care about black women at all, and that's not the case. I am.
No, you'll fuck them too.
I will. I sure will. I'm an equal opportunity, but I'm just making a joke.
But they won't
man.
put up with your shit.
Exactly. No, and I don't mind
they
that.
Know better.
I've got my ass beat plenty of time by black girlfriends, and that's a good thing. I need to have my ass put in line. So, let me go on to this next email.
Dude, you are not. You're fucking Charles Barkley up here. I am not a role model.
I'm not a role model.
I'm not.
This is a good email right here. I was joking, man. Go to school, study.
Yeah, he was totally kidding.
And you
there's not a grain of truth in there at all.
If you feel like you need to be around more black people, join a club. I'm sure there's a
you guys have black people clubs?
Yeah, we do. We have Afrocentric clubs, but I mean, look, enjoy the best of both worlds while you have it, man.
Don't take the college scholarship. That's what you do. You don't go to the one white school that needs to up their ratio. You go to the school that just. You're laughing, but the guy's like, I don't understand why it's me and my team. I think I do. I think they wanted a winning team. I've seen white guys play. You know, I'm white. I played basketball. It's a fun sport, but nobody wanted to, nobody asked me to do it.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, they won't ask me to do it either, and I'm black. So, black lager, boy.
Black lager.
So, here's the email.
We did call this a couple of cold ones. Yeah. Speaking of which.
Oh, you got the, oh, here you go.
It's a twist off. Shiners or twisties?
Okay, I drank mine from a glass. Thank you very much. Here's the email that I want to read. It says, I need to get these people's names. Dude, tell me what your name is and I'll read it next week. But it says, Dear Corey, I sort of look up to this site and I don't want your image or the crew to be tarnished. And here's what he thinks is going to tarnish it. I consider there to be too many pedophile jokes. Does everything have to be an under 18 sex joke? I have more funnier alternative jokes. Stop saying you'll have sex with girls that can't vote. Now, here's how he wants to improve it. Instead of calling each other pedophiles, just make gay jokes. Gay jokes are funny. Call yourselves gays, and that will increase laughter. I think we very much covered that tonight, so he might have a point.
The pedophile joke does come up quite a bit.
And I don't. Okay, first of all, I don't bring.
We have a series of things. They're fallback comedy, and it happens. It is. And yeah, sometimes like we're joking about nailing young girls again. There we go.
Exactly, and everybody knows that we're joking. I mean, we make so many.
Well, but no, I mean, he's got a point. But when he wants to tell gay jokes, I mean, come on, jokes are jokes. It's it's funny or it's not.
That's my point. I mean, we have a lot of fallback, and the fallback. The gay jokes are fallback also. The race jokes are fallback. In other words, anything.
No. With you?
With me? No.
Jesus.
But see, that's the thing. Anything that we feel like we probably shouldn't talk about, we bring it up anyway. And that's what we do when we're not on air. Well, that's what we do with each other. We've done this for years. And let me tell you something. And I wish I could remember your name. But this is us being us. We do this when we're not doing the show. We call each other gay. We make fun of each other, call each other. We don't pretty much want to say we're pedophiles, but we make jokes about, oh, he nailed that girl.
We don't want to say that Corey's a pedophile,
but sometimes it has to be mentioned.
Some girls want to piss off their daddies, and and the Corster is there to take the call.
See, there you go. I didn't do that pedophile joke. He did.
That's right. That's my pedophile joke, and I'm fucking owning it. It's called ownership. All right. You know what? Do we tell too many jokes? Maybe we do. Then don't fucking listen to it.
I mean,
occasionally it's going to come up.
Because this is what we do. We don't only piss off people by telling these kind of jokes. We piss off people who are different races. We piss off women. We piss off men. We piss off. We piss off overweight people.
You mean you?
No, I mean we, because we all have a tendency. We're just being us, man. And as you know, we are abrasive people, and that's just it. So
I prefer the term pricks.
I prefer the term assholes.
There we go. You say asshole, I say prick. You say tomato, I say tomato.
Exactly. I mean, so you say asshole, I say asshole, and then that's who we are. So we're being who we are on the air.
You say assweepe, and I say asswipe.
So I'm sorry, man. I would say we'll try to be better.
We're not.
But we're not. That's the thing. We're not going to do it.
If you don't like the pedophile jokes, just roll your eyes and just wait for Corey to make another black joke, because it'll come right up.
If you're fat and we make a fat joke, just wait. We'll make a joke about a Chinese person next week or something. I mean, we'll eventually cover everybody. So sorry, man.
Well, that's Corey's hope in life, to cover everyone at least once, especially Ryan Philippe. And see, I caught you with beer in your mouth. So.
I'm trying not to spit on this mic. Right? So you did that one. So, all right, man.
See, pedophile jokes followed up by a gay joke. It's a tour de force here in the Spill studio.
There's endless combinations, my man.
We can start with a gay joke and move to a pedophile joke, or then double it up and have a pedophile gay joke.
How about a black boy who's about 13 doing My Black Skull? We've covered all the gay jokes, race jokes.
What you talking about, Willis? I'll show you what I'm talking about.
There you go. See, by you writing that, you see what you've done? You just created more. So I think that's it that I have, man. You have anything else?
Herpes.
Well, stay away
gonorrhea. From me, no, I got nothing.
Okay. So we ran for about an hour.
There we go.
And I think we've done a good job covering everything we need to cover. So,
and I need to take a piss, so I think it's time to call it quits.
All right, man. Well, hey, I just want to say welcome back. I'm glad to have you.
And I'm glad that you actually called me this week. And
I know. And I just have to say, the name of Coco ain't going to go anywhere. That's how thanks to Alex Hacker, that's what it is called.
Thanks, Alex. You're my hero.
Okay. There's your gay joke, my man. So, excuse me. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks for listening, everybody. So who are we?
We are a couple of cold ones with Corey and Carlisle.
All right, everybody. Until next time.
Good night, everybody.